guys, and welcome to another episode of One Pod Life. Now this week I'm talking to Curtis Knipes, who I've actually known since he was quite young at the driving range at North Weald, and he's actually just happened to turn pro at the age of 19. Before Curtis turned pro, he managed to qualify for the 148th Open Championship. So we talk about his experiences and how that led him to make a decision to go pro. He also became the England Champion of Champions, and he also was the Essex Amateur Champion at one point as well. So let's have a little chat with Curtis, find out his story so far and what he's been doing since he turned pro at the age of 19. Okay, well, welcome to the podcast, Curtis. First of all, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
You're not too bad. So you're getting ready for your latest tournament this week, which is at the East Sussex National on the Euro Pro.
Yeah, I'm indeed. Yeah, teeing off at 1:46 tomorrow afternoon.
Great stuff. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
You'll play well this week, as like you have been doing recently. So that's all good.
Thank you. Yeah, hopefully keep the form going.
Good stuff. So for people who don't know who Curtis Knipes is, if you just give us a quick, little intro. I've got a few things here. Hopefully you won't cover as in your little intro, but just a quick intro as to who you are.
I'm Curtis Knipes. I'm 20 years old, professional golfer. I've been pro since the start of 2020, so just over 18 months. Live in a little village called Toot Hill in Essex. Yeah, just about it, really.
But
not really enough going on.
But no, and as a little side note, I've actually known. Well, I say known. I saw you a lot, and you said hello, and we said hello. And we had little chats at Northfield Driving Range when you were younger. A few years ago now, and you've come a long way since then, mate.
Yeah, no, it's been a journey. I've many hours spent at that range.
Yep.
Many hours, and still to this day.
Working as well, and as well as hitting golf balls. But I remember the days I used to come down, practice. You'd be here hitting balls. I'd be there for about an hour and a half. I'd leave, and you'd still be hitting balls. And I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I should stay a bit more, but.
Yeah, I was a bit of a range monkey at the best of times, to be fair. Guilty of that. But,
it's got you to where you are today, so it's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like you said in your little intro, you actually did turn pro, like you said, at the beginning of 2020 in January. You were 19 years old at the time, and you finished, and you turned pro with correct me if I'm wrong, a plus 4.4 handicap.
That's correct. Yeah.
Correct. So,
most got to 5. Didn't quite get there, but.
Mate, even to have that score at the age of 19 is immense, and then to decide to turn pro. And I guess the biggest question is, what was the deciding factor for you to turn pro? Obviously, I think as a side note, actually, let's talk about this first. So you actually qualified to play in the 148th Open Championship by qualifying at Prince's, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Outright, as an amateur as well, which is even better. So let's talk about that experience first, and we'll move on to what made you turn pro. But yeah, so what was that experience like? Actually managing to qualify as an amateur for the Open.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable week, and just the whole feeling of being able to do it. It's crazy. Everyone kind of jokes around and talks about it, didn't they? Like, oh, you only need 3 good rounds and whatever. When to actually do it was incredible. But it was just my day, really. It was, it was just played really good and done pretty good. Got myself in. And the whole week as well, the experience was, phenomenal. Just being around all the different players and just picking up on little bits and just learning loads, meeting guys, and just the whole environment. It's so different, especially compared to, what I was doing, just playing amateur stuff. And I'd played some mini tour stuff, but it's the one, isn't it? It was just a different level.
No, definitely. So going into that, did you and your coach, and again, I know your coach, we'll talk about him later, but again, did you go into that thinking, well, we'll do the Open qualifying and then just see what happens? It's all good experience. We'll do the qualifying and see what happens, or was there another feeling behind it?
I'd say it was more just like, it was on. And you want to try and give yourself a chance, and a lot of people kind of enter it. It's quite funny actually. Typically, I think I entered with 10 minutes to spare. I almost missed entry. If I remember, I was up late. I was at a tournament. It might have been the Brabazon, and I saw on someone's story on Instagram that they'd entered. And I've gone, and I've gone straight in, entered 5 minutes to midnight. Which is always quite funny looking back. And yeah, I can't really, to be honest, I can't really remember if there was any sort of feeling around it. It's quite cliche, isn't it, when you do something and you say after, I had a feeling or whatever. But it was more just, enter, if you get into the final, happy days. You're going to play with some good players, a bit of experience. So it was more just, it was there. I don't think it clashed with anything.
No.
So it was just well worth playing, just for the experience.
Good stuff. And at what point did you then realise that you might actually have a chance of qualifying? Did that ever cross your mind on the course, or was it when you finished, that's when you sort of hit you and you realised? Yeah,
it was more, I suppose, after a good first round. I think I was 5 under in the morning. And after that, I was a bit kind of surprised myself a little bit. I was like, right, that was so I think I was one back of Surrey, I believe. Me and my mate Josh was caddying. Just kind of, I suppose we spoke about it a little bit. We've just, played really well, surprised ourselves a little bit. The putter was hot. And we just tried to go out in the afternoon. It was just the same mentality, just keep doing what we was doing. I remember really well, Josh helped me a lot, just kind of the mental side. Our kind of motto for the tournament was just there's nothing to be nervous about, because it was just, you haven't got your open spot yet. You haven't, it's not over. It's a 36-hole tournament, and it's not over till that last putt goes in.
Well, and I guess as an amateur, you haven't got anything to lose. You haven't got anything to lose, have you, as an amateur?
Literally, everything to gain. And everyone, will speak about, guys getting nervous when they've got a lead or something, or at the end of the day, if it's not over, you can't lose anything. You can only gain. So it's we went in that mentality, and I think that helped a load. And just stuck at it in the afternoon. Just played good again. And then coming in, it was a bit I think it was 9 under. It was right, that could be good enough. And obviously, you don't want to get ahead of yourself, so you wait around and try and work it out on the scoreboard. Right, he's got this amount of holes left in. Blah blah blah. And then I remember we sat down inside having a drink, and one of the organisers came in with a flag, and that was that.
Lovely. You was joint winner then, wasn't you, for the final qualifying? As well.
Tied first, I believe, with Shinkwin.
Yeah, that's nice.
It was unbelievable.
Good stuff. Okay, so what was actually when you played in the actual Open, you were still an amateur, wasn't you? You hadn't turned pro by that point.
Yeah, I was still amateur.
Yeah, so
I play the whole seasons now. So.
Okay, cool. So what was it like then at the actual Open itself, playing at Royal Portrush? I mean, did you get any practice rounds in, and did you get to play with anyone special, or get overwhelmed by anybody that was there?
Yeah, so I got there on I think a Saturday evening before. I'd actually played Portrush as well in the boys amateur, I think, the year before.
Yeah, I saw that.
I got there Saturday evening. Sunday, just played 18 on my own, because a lot of guys are still at the Sky Shore or wherever.
Yep.
Just played 18, and then I'll get the days muddled up. I know I will, but I played the night. I want to say it was the Monday. I think I played with Robert Rock and Nino Batasio. I think that was on the Monday. Really, really sound guys actually. That was a good group. I think the Tuesday played with. So I got on the tee. I put my name down on the sheet with Fleetwood and Hao Tong Lee.
Okay.
Got on the tee, and it was those two. Another guy, I can't remember who it was. And we've teed off, got halfway down the fairway, and Sergio Garcia rocks up behind and walks down and joins us. And obviously now there's 5, so it's right, we've got a split.
Yeah.
And I'm obviously open. There you go. All right, okay. Well, I think it was Houghton and the other guy. They went off in the end, which was nice. And then I was hopeful for that. So yeah, me, Sergio, and Tommy.
Nice.
I thought Tommy, I think he jumped onto the 12th just after 3 holes. So I only got a few holes with him. But I managed to play the front line with Sergio, which was pretty cool. I was tempted to play 18 because he was, and I'd only planned to do front nine. I thought, right, I'll be a bit disciplined and I'll try not to fanboy.
Yeah, it must have been quite hard.
Yeah, so I managed to just play 9. That was awesome.
So what was that first tee shot?
Oh, I can't even describe it, to be honest. It's like it's actually a joke. Like, you just never feel anything like it, to be honest. It was like, if you've been so nervous where, you know, when you're setting up to a shot and you're getting in position, you're getting settled, and you make really subtle movements, didn't you? Just getting comfortable. Yep. That was like almost impossible. Like, it's like, you know, it's like I had iron boots on. Like, I couldn't move my feet. Like, if I did, I'd move it like a foot. It was just like, could hardly get comfy. I remember I set up. I wasn't even like, it didn't feel right. I was like, okay, this isn't how I normally hit my 2-iron. But yeah, fine. Just like, yeah, heart's racing, and swung it. Actually hit, you know, one of the best shots of my week, to be fair. It was straight down, like, straight narrow, which was quite funny. I was just glad to get it in play and get off that tee box, to be honest. It was
good stuff.
Yeah, never feel anything like that.
Well, unfortunately, I say unfortunately, you didn't make the cut that week, but still, what an achievement just to make it there. And then obviously the excitement and the thrill of the week as well, which I guess you want to get back there as soon as you can, and get that feeling back again, don't you? So.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to go back, yeah.
Good stuff. Well, okay, so again, before, obviously that was a great experience, and we talked a lot about that, but obviously previously before that, you've done a couple of things I've got written down here. Where do I begin? I've got to flip around a little bit. So you were the Essex champion in 2017 and 2018, and you also became the England champion of champions. Now, what's that?
So that is, Champion of Champions is all the county championship winners basically all get together. So everyone from each county plays against each other at the end of the year in September at Woodhall Spa it was. So there's like, no, it's not a massive field. I think it's maybe like 25, maybe 30. I can't quite remember. But, yeah, so all the county champions did just play against each other. Yeah, that was a cool win. That was nice actually to get that done. For a playoff, I remember actually a 4-hole playoff. It was quite intense. Yeah, I won't forget that one.
No, good stuff. So you're now a member at I completely forgot. My brain's gone dead now.
Chelmsford.
That's it. I was going to say Colchester, but it's Chelmsford. But before that, you was at Abridge. You was at Abridge, correct?
Yeah, correct. I spent a couple of years at Abridge. Yeah,
and you won the club championships 2 years in a row. I mean,
yeah, I remember that.
A lot of people must have hated you at that golf club. Yeah. How old was you then when you won those? Must have been about 17, 18.
Oh, yeah, I think it might have been the same year as the county champ. I was trying to remember what year I was there. I think it was the same year. I think I was 16 and 17 maybe.
Right. Okay.
Might have been the same as the county champs. Or maybe 17 and 18. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't remember the dates there, because I remember it was the last year before I left. I think I left end of 18. I moved to Chelmsford, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Good stuff.
But, good memories.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. I played there recently. I actually got this lovely golf course as well. So
good track, isn't it? Yeah, it's really good. Always. Yeah, it's nice.
Cool. You successfully, so again, you've won the Essex Amateur Championship twice, or probably even more times. I can only find it twice, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But you obviously you managed to defend it quite nicely. You end up with a first round 7 birdies, and you dropped one shot, and you set a new amateur course record of 63. What course was that?
That was Upminster, a little par 69. Good track, actually. I remember the greens are a joke. They're really good. Some of the best in the county, actually. Kind of like, I suppose, Parklandy kind of course. Obviously quite short. But, yeah, good track. I remember that. That was obviously, to that date, it was the best round I'd had.
Yeah.
Everything kind of just went well. I remember holding some good putts. Just played really good. It's always nice shooting a course record.
Yeah, definitely. Do you know if it still stands or?
I haven't been told it's been broken, so
that's always a good sign.
Yeah, it might. I think it still is, but
okay, good.
I'd have to check. So
that's fine. All right, cool. So that's a little trip down memory lane for you. So obviously, you there's some great achievements at amateur level, but you said as well that you obviously played on a little bit on the mini tours before you turned pro, and one that I sort of picked out to talk about is the MENA tour. Obviously, over in Dubai, and obviously out that way. I guess two questions. One, why MENA tour, and not obviously I know the MENA tour runs slightly differently to the other tours over here in the UK, but obviously it's a bit of a distance to go. What was reasoning for going out to MENA?
Yeah, so I was just I was fortunate enough to just have someone help me out. And I'm not sure I should mention who it was or whatever, but yes, he does it with quite a few guys, and it was just kind of a little group really of just some Essex lads, mainly from Chelmsford.
Yeah.
He was kind of fortunate enough to just met him, and when we went out for dinner with a group of us, and he was like, I'm happy to take you out there, and so that was awesome. Yeah, so we went out start of 19 for 5 events, I believe. Yep. And it was all pretty new to me. Like I'd hardly really flown much from since I could remember. Traveling, that was very new. Like, I'd never been to the Middle East. I loved it. Absolutely loved it out there. Just the courses, and I think the main thing is being away at that time of the year. Like, get some good weather.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I love playing MENA tour, and so that was kind of a big part, and so what led me to want to turn pro, really.
Yeah, I was going to say because over there I know a lot of the sort of elite amateurs and sort of quite high profile professionals go out to play the MENA tour because obviously it's great facilities, great weather. I mean, the scores are always quite low as well because the courses are so good as well. Standards really good. But you went through the qualifying school to get onto the tour. So how did you when obviously your first event out there, qualifying school? What did you think of the level that you was now playing at?
Yeah, it was obviously it was pretty strong. I remember I played the first Q school out of 2. I think there was 1 2 weeks before and 1 a week before. I got after the first one, so less guys were playing in that one, admittedly. But I knew the stand-up was decent. I managed to play well, and it was nice to. I think I shot 4 under first round maybe in the Q school, which was nice. It was a bit of a surprise actually. It was January. I literally hadn't played golf and for months, so I'd hardly been out anyway. With a card in my hand. So I remember playing okay through the Q school. Like I say, the standard was nice, just nice to be around just pros really, and kind of pick their brains and get experience out there. I knew quite a lot of the guys that were there. Okay,
so you kind of felt like a bit at home then, because obviously you knew people out there and you felt quite comfortable then.
Yeah, no, I was, to be fair. Yeah, and obviously you meet so many guys out there and make friends with everyone, which is another reason why it's such a nice tour to play on, is because everyone gets on and knows each other. It's really enjoyable.
No, good stuff. You said you played 5 tournaments out there. What would you say was your favourite one? I've got one earmarked here, but it might because of the round that you had, but it might not be the one that you say is your most favourite one.
Testing memory. I'm gonna have to. It probably might have been the first. No, I'm just trying to remember what months it was. Yeah, I think it was the first one, straight after the Q school in Jordan. I remember I got top amateur, I believe. I think I came like 10th, maybe. I think it was around tied 10th. I'm just trying to think of my results. I don't think I had any better than that at the start of the year. Mm-hmm. The first 5.
The one that I earmarked was it was the New Gearza Open, where it was in Egypt, and you shot a bogey 366. There was quite a few articles about that, so I thought I'd bring that one up with you because obviously going bogey free and shooting 66 is quite good.
Yeah, that was in February 20. That was last year, I believe.
Right. Okay.
When I was pro.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, no, I don't know what year we were talking about. Sorry.
My bad. I didn't realise that was 2020, so that was my bad. I threw a curveball in there. Apologies.
Yeah, no, I forgot what year we was talking about. No, I remember that event though for sure. Yeah, that was gutting it. That would have been my second start as a pro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a one-shot lead going into the last round, and I had I tripled the eighth hole, I believe. Yeah, tripled the eighth.
Oh wow!
Which kind of blew it really. I remember I was going all right. The guy who won it, I played with. I think he shot like 5 bogey free, 67 or something. He played really solid.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that. That was gutting. I remember I was playing all right and just had that triple.
Yep.
Managed, kept my head, which I was quite proud of. And then I remember, I didn't play too well on the back nine, and ended up, I think I'd game like 8th maybe or something.
Right,
fell down the leaderboard a bit, but that was a cool experience actually having a lead going into the final round.
Mm-hmm. And I guess you can learn a lot from that as well. And then obviously, like you said, you tripled the 8th, and what else happened after that, you can kind of learn from that and take it on to the next tournaments, can't you?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Cool. So yeah. I think that's quite a good little synopsis of what everything you did. Obviously, you ignored out my last one because obviously that was when you was a pro. But everything before that, the amateur championships, the champion of champions, the going out to Mina, playing on qualifying score, and then playing on 5 tournaments on that. I mean, that's all great experience to lead up to, like you said, turning pro at the start of last year. Probably not the best of times to turn pro because obviously what happened with the world, but still a great achievement to turn pro at the age of 19. So, like you said, what was the main factor for you then to decide to turn pro at that point?
Yeah, so I mean, I'd always been set on, like a few years ago, I was always set on trying to make Walker Cup, and do it that way. And yeah, I just got out. I was a good amateur, but I only really kicked on my last year as an amateur. Like the first year I was in just fully men's, like where I couldn't play junior anymore.
Yep.
Like just the experience of just playing the pro stuff and just being around pros and speaking to a lot of them about what they've done and what they kind of recommend. And I kind of just like the more and more I played, I was just like, you know what, I just want to. I think experience would be a lot more valuable than trying to get Walker Cup and do it that way. So I just kind of decided, I just want to play, turn as early as I can, get used to it, just get used to traveling, playing for money, which, can affect guys differently. I just kind of wanted to, see what it was all about and just decided this is what I want to do. And I knew I was good. I felt, I believed in myself enough that I could compete at the level I was going to be playing it, and I am playing at. I just decided based off that, and then obviously the Open, make it even a bit more because I was the guy. That was a confidence booster.
Yep.
And then I went out back in 19 for another 5 Minotaur events, and I pretty much I think I'd actually made my decision by then, to be honest, about turning. So it was more just I just wanted to just gain experience and just get stuck in, really.
No, definitely. I think the experience is the key word there, because I mean you've seen I've spoken to a couple of people that have tried to get onto the Walker Cup and haven't got there, and in the nicest way possible, they probably wasted a couple of years trying to do that when they could have just turned pro and probably kicked on a bit more. So personally, I think you've definitely done the right thing there. I think Walker Cup is great, don't get me wrong, but it's a very small. There's only 8 people. It's a very small field. You can get picked from a very large pool of people.
Yeah, so, and that's kind of like my argument is that if you get first enough, if you get Walker Cup, I mean, great. That's obviously hard enough to do itself.
Yep.
And then there's a very small percentage of the guys that will play Walker Cup, play well, get some European Tour starts or Challenge Tour starts, whatever they're playing on, and actually capitalise on them and actually get a card off of that is actually quite a surprisingly small percentage.
Yep.
But ultimately, all it came down to, is another thing how I judged it as well. Actually, was if I turn pro, sorry, if I stay am and get Walker Cup, then I've obviously played. Like, I've had a really good season. I've played really good golf, and I was like, if I turned pro and played the same standard on whatever tour, I was like, I could have been challenged to a car, so I could almost be that step ahead. That's kind of the way I based it.
Yeah, I think that's completely correct.
And that, just led me to that decision, really.
Now, One Pod Life is brought to you in partnership with Energy Golf, the leading golf development platform. They are committed to providing a service that allows you to reach your maximum potential by improving your mindset, creating physical longevity, and funding your golf career. What they've done is take professional tour team experience and brought it to you through their platform so you can have your very own tour team in your pocket. Energy Golf offers the ability to learn from leading professionals in the fields of fitness, nutrition, breathing, caddying, psychology, business, as well as proven tour winners and many more. There are also courses based around the mental aspects of golf, such as mental toughness, emotional control, and self-esteem. Visit energy.com to learn more, and to claim your exclusive 1 month free trial, simply send an email with the subject OnePodLife to info@energy.com and enjoy. Now let's get back to the podcast. So you're now playing a lot on obviously at the moment because of the restrictions in travel and everything. I'm guessing you're just, obviously I've seen you at a couple of tournaments at the Clutch Pro tournament, because obviously I've been caddying for Luke Curtis, who I believe you know as well.
I know Luke. Yeah.
And but you've now had your first professional win on the Clutch Tour, which was great. What was, again, can you talk me through sort of the feeling of that, and did you feel like it was going to come, or was it a surprise at the time, and what did you feel about it?
No, there's no better feeling really as a professional golfer to win. It's I felt like it had kind of been a long time coming. Like, I had been close on paper and on the golf course as well, where I haven't actually maybe not had that good a result, but I felt on the day that it was very, very close. And the same, it's just how it is. It's, you can have days like that and tournaments like that. But to finally get it done was an unbelievable feeling. And it did kind of, on the day, I suppose, on the standing on the 18th fairway, it did come as a surprise, because I holed out my wedge shot from, I think it was 74 yards or something like that.
That's an impressive way to win.
Yeah, I'm going out the fairway, a couple back or one or two back, thinking birdie, right, I've got a chance.
Yep.
And I go and hold the thing, and no one ended up tying it. It was so that was quite a surprise, I suppose. But I felt like it had been coming. Yeah. It was just nice to finally get it done, because you just get that spur of confidence and belief. And
I was going to say, did that give you more? Obviously, will give you more belief, but did it also give you the satisfaction? The what's the word I'm looking for? The feeling that you belong as an amateur golfer. As a professional golfer.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you feel like. You bang on. It's just so satisfying, and you feel like you've kind of earned your place a little bit. Shown you can do it, shown that you got a good game.
And doing it in style by dunking it from 70 yards away. Yeah,
and upsetting a lot of people.
I bet. The only thing I've ever won in golf is the flag trophy at Canonsbrook. So, that was playing off 13. So I don't think it's quite the same thing as winning your first professional win. But
maybe not. A win's a win, though.
Exactly. Great stuff. Look, I guess what I want to get onto now is just talk about your coach, because and correct me if I'm wrong. I read that you've been with him since you were 13 years old. So first of all, obviously tell everyone who your coach is, and then I just want to understand what that relationship is like. Obviously, being a teenager at 13 to obviously you said you're 21 now. Is that correct?
20, almost 21.
Almost 21. And then I guess what's been the secret to your success together for such a long time?
So you're right. I started seeing him when I'm pretty sure I was 13. I moved to Northfield Golf Club, which is unfortunately now closed. So Paul was the PGA professional there, and he now leases the driving range. So I suppose he's still head pro, but I think I moved there in 13. So he was the first coach I started having individual lessons with. I'd only ever really had kind of group stuff as a kid. Just started seeing him. Like they say, if it's not broke, you've never changed. We've just been working well together over the years. So we've kind of just stuck at it. We get on really well. We've got a great relationship. Obviously, known each other so long. I feel like we were very honest with each other. Which is very important. Especially at this level, and more recently as well, kind of over the last winters, he's kind of given me a kick up the backside a few times.
That's what coaches are for.
Exactly. You want him to do that. If he was just nodding his head and being a yes man, it's a waste of time. We get on really well. We've been doing some good stuff over the last probably since I turned pro. I suppose it kind of changed how we approach things a little bit. It was like, right, we've got to take it a bit more seriously now. So right, we should, we started seeing each other a lot more. We've seen each other almost weekly now when it suits. Just even more for just a chat, really, and a catch up and how things are. Recently we haven't really been doing much technical stuff, just because there's just tournaments week after week. You just don't want to be doing that, and that's where we might have gone. Maybe not wrong, but we could have done less of that over the years. Even though my swing is still far from where we want it, far from perfect, if that exists. We're still just it probably does do there, but no, we're just just doing a lot of work on just hitting shots and just trying to be a bit more of a player as opposed to just the range monkey. So I'm hitting less balls, but more productively, if that makes sense. So,
no, that's great.
It's great. It's got hopefully we'll stick together for a long time, no doubt.
Definitely. And when you did get that first professional win, was Paul there to soak it all in? I can't remember if he was actually at the event or not, but how did you two celebrate that?
I remember in the car on the phone to him in the McDonald's car park on the way back. That's what I remember. He was just on the phone, and obviously he was over the moon as well. He was really happy for me, and it wasn't at the event. I can't even remember spectators that were allowed at that time, which was annoying. But I had a good phone call, and it was pretty much straight back to work. Really, it was. I think I must have saw him a few days after that or a week after that, and just tried to keep doing what we was doing.
No, good stuff. Yeah, cool. Like I said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I remember when I first started playing, I did have a few lessons with Paul. Then went elsewhere. Maybe I should go back and have some more lessons with Paul.
Yeah, I'd recommend it. A bit biased, but I would.
No, of course. Great stuff. Well, okay, so obviously now the season's back up and running again. Obviously, hopefully we won't have any more lockdowns for foreseeable future. I know that the European Q School has obviously I think it's been cancelled for this year, but what are your goals for the rest of the year? And I guess then leading into 2022, what are your main goals, or where do you see yourself going?
Yeah, so obviously the main goal really is to get on to Challenge Tour, I'd say or better. That's not going to happen with no Q School. But main goal is get that top 5 on Euro Pro.
Okay.
And get off the satellite tours, which obviously you're just trying to do as soon as possible. Main goal really is Challenge Tour card. Obviously to win the world ranking event as well is up there, but that kind of goes hand in hand because chances are you're not going to get off Euro Pro if you don't win.
No.
But I don't think it's possible, really, to be honest. You'd need a lot of second places. They kind of go hand in hand. But those are the two main goals. Probably some world ranking goals as well. I've not really, I've not been pro for that long, and with not playing that many world ranking events, I don't really know what a realistic goal is. Yeah,
well, I think you're just over a thousandth in the world at the moment.
Yeah, I believe so. So I think I set top 750 or 500. I can't quite remember. I'm not really sure, how realistic that is, but that would be nice to obviously move up. But like you
said, if you win a couple of tournaments on the Euro Pro, that gives you the points, and then that will come hand in hand anyway. So
Exactly. Yeah, it literally all just works together. It's one goal really, and that is just if I achieve one of them, chances are I've achieved the others.
Okay, so obviously you got Euro Pro this week. When are the next ones coming up that you've got lined up?
So we've got. So I think this week is the halfway mark for a 6-week stretch, and then we've got 3 weeks after this. We've got Mannings Heath, Luton Hoo, and got an event in Northern Ireland.
Okay.
For a week's break. So yeah, it's pretty busy. I'm going to try and stick out, and I'm planning to play all of them. Tiring as it is, but luckily a lot of them are actually quite close to home, so it's not actually that much of a pain travelling wise.
Yeah, Luton is not too far.
Paddy was driving from Pembrokeshire, so
is he?
got a bit more travelling to do than me, but so that's the plan, to stick at these events. I think there's, I want to say 7 or 8 Euro Pros left for the summer. So yeah, just fully play all of them, really stick at them.
Stuff. So
Clutch Tour, I think, in between as well.
Yeah, you got the challenge. You got the second challenge series coming up soon.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
I've seen that. Don't worry, that's earmarked in my calendar to look at as well.
Yeah,
well, not for me, but obviously for Luke, so it's not a problem.
That's Clutch do a really good job.
Good stuff. So, do you know whereabouts you stand now in the Euro Pro Order Merit, or?
I want to say I'm 20th.
Okay.
I think after last week. Yeah, I think I'm over the 20th. And so I mean, it's I'm good enough to get in each event and off the ranking now. Really, you just need that win where the breakdown in money and points is quite significant.
Mm-hmm.
That one win would jump you up into, probably at least top 7, depending on the other ones, but 2 top 5 will help towards my points if I do get a win.
Yeah.
Because really, you need. I'm not really sure how to. I'm pretty sure it's normally around like 20,000 or something like that every year, around that mark. But there's a little bit more money for the winner now, so it's probably going to be a bit more.
Okay.
Really, you need like 2 wins or a win and a load of top 5s to go with that. But yeah, just waiting for the week, hopefully.
Well, we'll win this week and then win next week and job done.
Yeah, job done. Yeah, easy that.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
If only golf was that easy, eh?
I know. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
No, great stuff. Well, Curtis, thanks for giving us an insight into yourself. Like you said, you've only been a pro for a very short time now, but obviously with COVID as well, it didn't really help your time at turning pro. But I think what you've achieved over that time has been epic. Obviously, qualifying for the Open when you weren't even a pro is just out of this world in my eyes. But
thank you.
Thanks for giving us that insight into yourself. The reason I started the podcast was to obviously speak to people like yourself, so people get an understanding of what it takes to become a professional golfer. And the journey that you guys take, and then also to ask you what you think are the top 3 things that all aspiring amateur golfers should do if they want to become a pro golfer. I hadn't told you this, so this is a bit of a surprise for you. So you can take as long as you like to answer these questions. But so if you could give anyone top three tips on what they should be doing to become a professional golfer, what would they be?
Top 3, I'd say. First one, carry the ball 350. No, that's far down the list. No, I reckon first one's got to be mindset and just a general approach to the mental game.
Okay,
and it's not even so much just on the course; it's actually kind of just in general, really, just about life. It actually kind of goes hand in hand. You can do a lot of work on your mental game and your mindset about life, and it actually benefits your golf, probably more than a golf specific approach would do. So I think mental game is definitely up there, because the belief, I didn't say, if you haven't got that belief and the drive, you've almost, you've got a very slim chance, to be honest.
Definitely.
There's definitely that. And 2 would probably, it's typical. It depends what standard you're playing at. You say, improve your short game.
Yep.
So I suppose that is up there, depending on the level you're at.
Yeah. But I'll say the sort of level I'm looking at is sort of like if you're like a 3-4 a handicapper and you're trying to push down to scratch, probably push into the pluses. So that's the sort of level that sort of the tips that I was sort of pushing for.
Yeah, that's definitely, mindset's got to be number one. I'd say number two, probably identifying all the areas, your strengths and weaknesses and how they can, help your game. So obviously like through stats would be the best way to do it. And just noting things down, just writing stuff down. That would definitely, because, you'd be surprised how many guys would try and, fight this, fight a fade or a draw or whatever and try and do it all. Really just play to your strengths and course management really is just ultimately just plotting your way around the golf course. And, you're gonna have bad swings. But if you can make all the right decisions, then, you've done everything you can. And that's a huge part of it is decision making and course management.
No, definitely.
Thank you. Number three. I forgot what I was going to say. Be like productive with practice. So a lot more performance based stuff. You've got like your 9-ball drill.
Yep.
Any shaping and target practice. Same with same goes for putting and chipping is just holding out games, chip and drills where you're measuring your progress and testing yourself and under a bit of pressure as well. Like you can do it with some mates as well. Brilliant.
Yep.
Get that competitive environment. So that's probably number three is just productive work really.
Great stuff. Okay, well, fantastic. Thanks for those 3 tips. I think they're all very good ones. I think, like you said, the first one, I'm not surprised, but not many people will tell me straight away number one is mindset and sort of belief. So I think that's a really good one for people to really push on. And I've done a lot of that recently, and it's helped me a lot to understand. I'm a lot calmer now on a golf course than what I used to be because of my mentality, because I understand that there's more to life, or also the fact that I'm going to hit bad shots. So if I do hit a bad shot, it is what it is. Move on to the next.
Literally, just accepting stuff and just if you're going to get angry and upset about it, like you just got to remember that doesn't add anything constructive at all to what you're trying to do.
No, not at all.
You just can't. If you're going to do that, then there's not really much point trying to kick on. So that's the main thing for me.
Okay, great stuff. Well, like I said, thanks for coming on, Curtis, giving us an insight into yourself. And I know you're playing tomorrow, so good luck with your tee time tomorrow afternoon. Obviously, like I said, we're going to see you win tomorrow, which would be good. And then you'll move on to the next one.
Fingers crossed.
So, but thanks for coming on, mate. And speak to you again soon.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
appreciate it.
Big thank you there to Curtis for coming on. Like I said, I've known him since he was a young lad playing at Northfield driving range. I used to work there as well, collect on the balls. So he's come a long way since then, and I'll tell you now, he's got a really good, bright future ahead of him, and we're going to see him doing some real big things soon. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of One Pod Life. Hope you're enjoying it and you can take some value from it. Don't forget to share this with your friends through sharing on Instagram, or even just subscribing and forwarding the link so they can subscribe to the podcast. Don't forget you can follow me on Instagram at One Part Life. Thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you again soon.